chat box. Welcome to chat box, Parmeshwari. Very good, Kalyan Ram. Thank you for that time. So, whatever we have done so far was just the recap of yesterday and the one problem which we were stuck at yesterday. So that I guess we have a good idea right now. And then moving ahead, what we have is a few more questions on the profit and loss for today. So आज का दिन जो भी है, we are going to concentrate mostly on the revision part, or I should say not the revision part, but the exercises of the profit and loss. So most of the questions that you find will be out of the scale, out of the line. They'll not be the traditional questions that you will find. Yes, you will get stuck. I'll get stuck at some point. You might not get answers. It's all fine. Everything is fair over there because every question that you see from now onwards will be different. Okay, it's okay to not get the answers. It's okay to devise new methods. It's okay to get stuck over there. I want you to understand. We are not here to just give the right answers. We are here to learn the new methods. We are here to learn the topic and concepts. So we will do it. Is that fine? So we are pumped up for today. Are we all ready for today then? Are we all today? Are we all ready for today? To learn something new and to make the time count. Janavi, your brother is listening to your class and you are not doing it, Janavi. Come on, let's do it. Chalo. We are going to start and as I said, we will continue no matter what. आंसर आया नहीं आया कुछ भी नहीं फर्क नहीं पड़ता अपने को अपन करते जाएंगे ठीक है चलो next question on your screens everyone for the present cost of mangoes we get 300 if a discount of 20% is given how many mangoes can we get for the present cost of mangoes you can buy 300 mangoes it seems and if there was a discount of 20% how many can you get now you can ask me sir what is the cost price you have the number of mangoes you can easily get the cost price you have the number of mangoes you have a total discount to be given and then he's saying what how many mangoes he's saying like you want the count of mangoes that is much simple that is much simple now people who understood the concept of percentages not being unidirectional you will understand I mean sorry percentage being unidirectional it will be very easy for you people to answer this one Sadik very good Vishnu would you want to check your answer once again very good Pujita very good Yamini very good very good students whoever is doing it very good Ramna very good Ramu Vinay Kumar would you like to check your answer once again Yamini you have done it in that way Yamini okay Yamini I think you are pretty good at calculating with decimals సుమంత్ కాదు సుమంత్ సంతోష్ సంతోష్ సుమంత్ రీతిక అందరూ ఒక విషయం అర్థం చేసుకోండి ఇప్పుడు 300 మ్యాంగోస్ మీరు కొంటున్నారు ఇప్పటికిప్పుడు వాళ్ళ 20% డిస్కౌంట్ ఇస్తే మీరు 300 కన్నా ఎక్కువ కొంటారా 300 కన్నా తక్కువ కొంటారా లైక్ బేసిక్ థింగ్ లెట్ us అండర్స్టాండ్ ఇఫ్ యు ఆర్ గెటింగ్ a 20% discount on the same amount will you buy I mean will you have more number of mangoes or will you have less number of mangoes let us forget the exact number but you will definitely have more numbers no సుమంత్ ఇక్కడ మార్క్డ్ ప్రైస్ నుంచి ఎక్కడ మాట్లాడలేదు ఈజ్ జస్ట్ టెల్లింగ్ ఒకవేళ 20% డిస్కౌంట్ ఇస్తే సో వాట్ ఎవర్ ద ప్రైస్ యు ఆర్ బయింగ్ ఫర్ on that amount he's asking I mean he's saying there's a 20% discount right so obviously more number so 240 is less than 300 so it should be the first option which you can eliminate because it is less than 300 so you cannot go with that Ritika I hope you understood now coming to the concept of this question now the question concept clearly tells you that there was some cost on the mangoes you don't know what was the cost I am telling you don't even consider the cost he's saying 20% discount is enta kontamu antunnadu now tell me one thing you were I mean we were discussing about the what the I mean unidirectional character of the percentages part what did we say okay let us say if we increase 100 by 20% if you, Sumant no you have to check that Sumant if you increase 100 by 20% the point wherever you reach or let us say if you okay not increase let us take decrease because you got discount in the other look at the left part of the screen here guys everyone if you reduce 100 by 20% it will be 80 again to reach 100 how much should you increase 80 by how much should you increase 80 by again to reach 100 Sumati, observe cheyi, నీకు అది అర్థమవుతుంది. Like you will understand the other part. Ritika, you also observe this one. I'm telling you, reduce 100 by 20%. You will reach at 80. Now, to make 80 as 100, how much of percentage you should increase? ఎంత percentage increase చేయాలి to make 80 into 100? Kalyan Kumar, you also please observe the screen, Kalyan. ఎంత percent increase చేస్తే 80 ని you will get 100. ఎంత percent? Like okay, you will increase 20. So let us say 20 increase చేస్తావు. 20 is what percentage of 80? Sumati, Ritika, what is 20? What percentage is 20 out of 80? 2.5 కాదు రమణ 25 కదా 20 అడుగుతున్నా నేను 20 out of 80 అంటే 20 out of 80 1 by 4 1 by 4 is what 25% కదా 25% now this is clear సుమంత్ ఇది క్లియర్ రీతిక ఇది క్లియర్ రమణ కళ్యాణ్ దిస్ పార్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఇట్ ఇస్ క్లియర్ ఇక్కడ వరకు క్లియరా అంటే దీని అర్థం ఏంటి మీరు ఒకసారి ఏదైనా డిస్కౌంట్ ఇచ్చినప్పుడు మళ్ళీ అది ఇంక్రిమెంట్ అయ్యి మళ్ళీ సేమ్ వాల్యూకి రావాలి అంటే దానికి కొంచెం ఎక్కువగా ఇంక్రిమెంట్ చేయాలి So if you reduce it by 20%, you cannot again say I'll increase by 20% so that I get it there. No, it is not possible. You have to increase it by 25%. Similarly, here, now this is the concept part. Now this is the conceptual part of it. Now here, he's saying that you purchased 300 mangoes for some cost. You don't know what is the cost. But then now on that cost, there is a 20% discount. If there's a 20% discount in the cost, that means what? There will be a 25% hike in the number of mangoes. Now observe this one. There's a 20% discount here, but there is a hike here of 25%. Similarly, if you decrease the cost of it by 20%, there will be a hike here by 25%. What is 25% of 300? 10% is 30, 20% is 60, 5% is 15. 60 plus 15, 75. So what will it be? 375. సుమంత్ ఇది అర్థమైందా ఏమైనా? కళ్యాణ్ ఇది అర్థమైందా? రీతిక అర్థమైందా? వెరీ గుడ్ కళ్యాణ్. Now, okay, ఒకవేళ ఇది అర్థం అవ్వట్లేదు అనుకుందాం. Let us say, okay, this might be a bit overwhelming over there. Okay, ఇంకోలా చూద్దాం. So let's say cost of each what is it, mango కదా? Let's say cost of each mango is some 10 rupees అనుకుందాం. Okay, cost of each mango is 10 rupees. So 300 mangoes ఎంత అవుతుంది నీకు? 3000 rupees అవుతుంది. సో ఈ 3000 పైన నీకు 20% డిస్కౌంట్ కావాలి. 20% డిస్కౌంట్ అంటే ఎంత? అప్పుడు ఒక్కొక్క మ్యాంగో ఎంత అయిపోతుంది? 8 rupees అవుతుంది. ఇప్పుడు నీ దగ్గర ఇంకా లైక్ యు ఆర్ స్టిల్ రెడీ టు spend 3000 rupees and each mango is only 8 rupees. Now, how many mangoes will you get? 3000 by 8. Again, you will reach 375. Okay, this is other way of looking at it. ठीक है? Saim, आप कर रहे हो क्या? What about you, Saim? Yamini, I guess Yamini, this is what you are saying. When you said when you said you will take 300 into 1 by 0.8, this is what you meant. 3000 by 8 is what you meant. Yeah, very good. Now that's why I said uh, this is the basic understanding. This is the basic knowledge. This is the foundation of everything. So if you understood this part, you can solve any kind of number calculation. But this is a concept of the whole thing. This is a concept of whole percentage part. So remember students, whenever there is a decrement of 20% on one article, which is related to the other article will have to increase itself by 25%, be it the cost or weight or age or any other measurement value. ఒకవేళ 20% decrement ఉంది అంటే on the other side there should be a 25% increment. That is for sure. Is that clear? Is that clear, students? Now we are not stuck at any point, right? ఈ క్వశ్చన్ అందరికీ క్లియరా? In all the different ways, of solving it, this one and also the traditional way. Fine, very good, very good. Chalo, then I'll go to the next question. Next question, students. A dealer offers a cash discount of 20% and still makes a profit of 20%. Now, Sumant, ikkada you have a concept of marked price. Why? Because even after giving the discount, he's earning a profit. That means he has marked the price. Okay, Sumant, come on, continue. How much percentage above the cost price were his article listed? Not where. Were his articles listed? Okay, now let us proceed with it. So this one means what? Okay, there is some certain cost price, fine, and then as we discussed about the marking price, okay, ikkada selling price ఉంటుంది, దీనిపైన ఇంకెక్కడో mark price ఉంటుంది. So you give discount on marked price. So he's saying he gave a discount on the marked price. He sold at some new selling price, and what is the discount he gave? He gave 20%. And he's saying that he was still able to make a profit of 20%. That means he was still able to make a profit of 20%. Now this is a scale. Now you want to find out what is this new selling price, or how much percentage above the cost price did he mark the selling price? He will do, sir. Give some time. Yes, Yamini, I'm just giving you this. Yamini gets offended. Sorry, Yamini, you only solve. Take a minute and solve. That's good. I like this. I like the spirit. Come on. Very good, Tejasvi. Tejasvi has an answer, but I don't know if it is right or wrong. Welcome to the chat box, Ravi Venkata Hema. Okay, very good. You also have an answer. Very good. Very good. Take a minute. Do it slow. Don't hurry. There's no hurry for us. We can do it as and when we want it. Very good, Sadik. Very good, Yamini. Now we have different answers, but still, you're doing it. I like it. Ramu, what about you, Ramu? Answer రాలేదు ఇంకా విష్ణు सॉल्व చేస్తున్నారా ఇంకా सही में अभी भी कर रहे हो क्या हो गया आपका okay do it same take your time Jeevna very good Jeevna you have also come up to the chat box and you are giving the answers that's really great So few of you have this as the answer, few of you have this as the answer, all right? Now बाकी वाले भी करो, फिर भी आपको ये भी आ सकता है, ये भी आ सकता है, you never know. You do it. Yeah, Ahad gets 25%. Okay. Akanuru Vaishnavi, all right. You have option D. Anyone has 75? वो भी पूरा कर दो, हो जाएगा, पूरे ऑप्शंस हो जाएंगे यहाँ पे. Yeah. Uh, okay. You can also verify it. Yamini, if you want, you can also check, because I don't know. Just I'm telling you, and others, whoever gave option D as the answer is Sumant, Sadek, and others also. Please, you also want to try and check it, because everyone's having a different answer over here. But the checking part you do well while we are solving it on the screen. Okay. So first things first, you don't know how much is the market price, like how much is the discount given on. You won't know it. So what do we say? Okay, let us say the market price was some rupees 100. On this, there is a discount of 20%. That means the new selling price is rupees 80. Okay, but he's saying this new selling price, whatever rupees 80 is there, this is not 100%, but this is 120% of the cost price. This is 120% of the cost price. Okay, that is 120% of the cost price. If that is 120% of the cost price, then how much is the cost price is what we want. So if 80 is 120%, how much is 100 is what you're seeking here. How much is 100 is what you're seeking. So now if you find out the value, how much will you get the value as? 5 by 6 into 80, find to 40 by 3, 200 by 3. So you will get the cost price as somewhere close to 200 by 3. Is that right? Okay, so far clear, Yamni? So far clear? Others? Sumant, not just Sumant, Vishnu and others? So far clear, everyone? ఇప్పుడు clear? Vaishnavi? Yeah. So now the cost price you got is 200 by 3. Fine. Yamini was saying, okay, 80% of market price is equals to 120% of cost price. Yeah, that is what we are doing here also. Same thing. But like we are not as much proficient as you are with the decimals. That's why we took it in the multiples of 10 and hundreds. Okay, so that's what we did. So we're saying that okay, 80 here is 80% of the market price, and 120 it is equals to 120% of the cost price. That's why we wrote it in this way. So now you got the cost price as 200 by 3. But now what we are saying is okay, cost price is 200 by 3. That is fine. Selling price is 80. That is also fine. Now you want how much more or how high is this marked, or how high is it getting sold for? Now what do we want? How much percent above the CP was this article listed? So now you are not trying to find out this part. You're not trying to find out this part. That means now, are you trying to find out this part here? Are you not trying to find out the how much is it marked for? How much percentage above the CP? Where is article listed? So listed means what? Articles listed means what? He's asking you to find out. He's asking you to find out the number which is relevant to the market price, not the selling price. So he's asking you to find out the relevance to the market price. Now you know that okay, the market price is 100, whereas the cost price is 200 by 3. Now we need to find out the difference between these two, so that you get to find out what you get to find out what the increment in that, right? So it will be what 100 minus 200 by 3. Yep, 100 minus 200 by 3, which is equals to what 100 by 3 again. 100 by 3 over what? Over what you're checking? Over the cost price, right? You're always going to check it over the cost price. So over the cost price. And this, by doing this, you will get the percentage. So if you calculate this part, you're going to get 1 by 2. 1 by 2 is what? 50%. So how much more is it marked? It is marked 50% above the cost price. It is marked 50% above the cost price. All right, so students who have answered it as 100%, now can you tell me at what point or at which step do you think you would get 100 and not 50 as your final answer? Whoever has got 100 as the answer, you want another approach, Yamini? Okay, let us find another approach, Yamini. We are here to explore and find new approaches. But e approach clear gaane unda meeku? Yeah, I mean, who am I asking? Yamini, like she does it all the time. She knows it fine. I should ask others. What about others? People who answered option D, Ravi Venkat, Vaishnavi और आहद, आपको 25% आया आंसर. आप एक बार चेक कर सकते हो? Vishnu, tell me, at what point did you get it as 100 or 50, Vishnu? At what point do you think you shifted it from 50 to 100? Did you consider, or were you trying to find out the new selling price? According to the question, you want how much above of the CP was this article listed. That is, you want to find out the difference, different in percentages with the market price, from cost price to the market price. That is what you're understanding. That is what you need to understand here. Okay, you understood the method, Vishnu? Fine. CP calculation was wrong from your side, Ahad. ठीक है, वो एक बार solve कर लो. Okay, how do you do that? So if you are looking at one method of solving this cross multiplication in a better way, so it is like 100 by 120 into 80. इतना ही है ना? आप क्या कर रहे हो? It is just 5 by 6 and it is 4 by 3. So यहाँ से कर रहे हो इतने, like एक बार देखो, like yeah, you please check it from your end itself, then you will understand it in a much better way. Fine. Now let us see if we can find any other method. A dealer offers a cash discount of 20% and still makes a profit of 20%. How much above the cost price was the article listed? Now if I go ahead and go here in a different direction, let us assume, okay, let us go from, I mean, here we did it in the approach of top to bottom. Okay, that is market price to cost price. Now let us go from bottom to top approach. That is cost price say market price. Let us try and do that, Yamini once. So let us assume cost price is 100. So if cost price is 100, you're saying the profit is 20%. That means what? Selling price is 120. Now you know that only after giving a discount of 20% is he reaching this 20% profit. That means what? This number is 80% of something else. This number is 80% of something else. So now if this number is 80% of something else. So even if I say that, then I have to add how much to make it 100%? To make it 100%, how much do I need? I need to add 25% to this one, right? So I'll add 25% to this one. What is 10% of this? 12. 20% is how much? 24. 5% is 6. So 24 plus 6. So add 30 to it. It will become 150. So 100 to 150. What is the difference in percentage? 50%. Oh, Yamini. Did you observe that, Yamini? Did you observe this? What we did? A new approach? Much simpler, kada? ఈ పాయింట్ తీసుకుంటే, so you're saying okay, आगे Ahad, very good Ahad. Yamini saying SP by discount equals to profit by discount. Okay, let me check. SP by discount equals to profit by discount. आपको discount cancel पे SP equals to profit हो सकेगा? But SP is not profit, no? Okay, do you want to change anything in the message that you put, Yamini? Check చేసుకోండి ఒకసారి. But this one, did you understand? Sumant, did you understand this one? Vishnu, did you understand this method that we did it on the screen here on the left hand side? I guess this is much simpler, right? You don't even have the fractional part here. This is much more simpler. Bottom to top approach if you take. Here, what did you assume? You assume the cost price to be 100. Let me repeat it for you all once again. Okay, discounted price. Okay, fine. So let's just wait. Yamini, after this one, we'll see. So you're saying, let us assume the cost price to be 100. But you know that the profit is 20% and the selling price is 120. Now he says that, okay, 120 approach in the after giving a 20% discount on the cost price, on the market price, you got 120. That means this is 80% of something. If this is 80% of something, you have to find out what is 100% of it. Now this 100% will give you the market price. Kada. Now to make 80 to 100, as I showed you in the last slide, you need to add 25% to it. So if I add 25% of 120, how will you calculate 25% of 120? How will you calculate 25% of 120? Okay, 10% is how much? 12. 20% will be how much? 24. 5% will be how much? Divide this by 2 plus 6. So 24 plus 6, 30. So you added 25%, which is 30. And the total value is market price 150. So the cost price is 100, but the market price is 150. How much is the increment here? 50% increment. That's the reason we did it that way. Okay. I hope this method is much clearer and much easier. Even this one is easier. I don't say this is not, but this just has a fraction which is 200 by 3, wherein we can make mistakes. So to avoid the mistake, we have just made a small adjustment here to approach this problem from bottom to top, not from top to bottom. Clear? Now coming to your point, Yamini. So Yamini is saying, okay, if I take selling price by discounted price, now selling price by discounted price, if we consider that to be 100 or something, so the selling price was 80. Discounted price, by telling discounted price, do you mean amount of discount given or what, Yamini? And you're saying the profit is 20%, so profit is this much. Yeah, Yamini, I'm waiting for your message. I want you to just give me, what do you mean when you say discounted price? Because you don't know exactly how much is the discounted price. You know the discount percentage. Yeah, then what will be the marked price then? How much will you consider the market price as? In that case, yeah, please give me the values on in there. Yeah, take your time, Yamini. So until Yamini takes some time, until Yamini takes like to type it, she needs some time. So I'm just asking you once again, what do you have any more questions on this part, or is everything clear? Two different methods, I mean two methods, not different, top to bottom, bottom top, but everything is clear. Can you please drop a few thumbs up in the chat box so that I get to know everything is clear, students? అర్థమైందా అందరికీ? सबको समझ में आ गया? Yeah. Okay. So shall I go on to the next question then? Fine. Thank you. Thank you. Chalo. The next question is on your screens, everyone. They're on your screens. A fruit seller buys apples at a price of ₹50 per dozen and sells 3/4 of them at the rate of 80 per dozen during day and sells the remaining at a lower rate in the evening at 40 per dozen. Find the rate of profit or loss. There is no at here. Sells the remaining at a lower rate. Let us say. Okay. Now let us check this part. See, these fruit sellers are always the same thing. Okay, they want they want to do the same because they even have to get some profits. No, that's why they do it. All right, a fruit seller buys apples at a price of 50 per dozen. So 50 per dozen. How many do we have in each dozen? We have 12. So he's saying 12 apples for rupees 50. I mean, he purchased. Let's say he purchased. No, yeah, he purchased it. So this is a cost price. He sells 3/4 of them. So 3/4 of this apples. That is 9 apples. He's selling at 80 per dozen. He's selling 80 per dozen. Again, keep things very clear. It is 80 per dozen. That means what? He has to sell 80. He has to sell 12 apples for 80 rupees. For 9 apples, how much ever it is, you need to base your calculations on this one. And all right. And the remaining, how many are remaining? How 3 more apples are remaining? Now 3 more apples are remaining. He's going to sell this one at 40 per dozen. Again, make things very clear, very clear. 40 per dozen and 40 rupees for 12 apples. So 3 apples can you have to base your calculations based on this one. So find the rate of profit or loss. Now this is the data given. I hope the data is clear for everyone. Now I want you all to take a minute and solve this one. Take a minute and solve this. Option B, Venkat Krishna Lokesh. Very good. Okay, we don't know if that's the right answer, but still very good. Very good, Ahad. Very good, Tejasvi. Very good, Sanjana Reddy. Welcome to the chat box, Sanjana Reddy. Very good, Sadek. Very good, Vaishnavi. Very good. Very good, Ritika. P. Dot Ritika. Very good. Okay, I got you, Yamini. Just a second. I'm watching it. Selling price is 120% of CP. Discounted price is 80% of MP. Profit is 20% of CP. Ma. Now, I want to know what is the basis for that? Like, how do you equate those two? What is the, I mean, do you have a logical explanation or reasoning for making those two equal? Or did you just try it that way? Is there an explanation for why did you equate those two? Yeah, Venkathema, yes, 12 it is. Did you relate yourself, Mali? Very good, same. Very good, Arun Rao. Yamini, we'll get to it after this problem. Okay, now, Yamini, get on to this problem for now. Just switch very fast. Okay, so we know that he purchased 12 apples for 50 rupees. He purchased 12 apples for 50 rupees. That is clear. Now, how much is one apple for? That you don't want to find out. Now, he's selling 9 apples at 80 per dozen. If he sells 80 per dozen, that means what? 80 rupees ki, he has to sell 12 apples, but he's only selling 9 apples. So how much should the price be? Obviously less than 80. How much less than 80? You can calculate from here. You can just say, okay, 9 into 80 by 12, that is the amount. So 3 by 4, 4 into 20, 60. So he'll sell 9 apples for rupees 60. Sold. Sold. Done. Now, how many apples are remaining? 3 apples are remaining. How much is he going to sell for 40 per dozen? That means what? He has to sell 40 rupees. He has to sell 12 apples, but he's only selling 3 apples. So how much should the price be? Again, you can do this one. You can say 3 by 12 into 40. So 10 rupees. So he's selling this for 10 rupees. Right? Done. Now, what is it that we need? What is it that we need? We need to find out, is it overall, is it a profit or a loss? Obviously, it will be a profit. Like, he's taking a lot of money from there. So how much did he sell the whole thing for? 70 rupees. How much did he buy the whole thing for? 50 rupees. How much is it more? Okay. Uh, Okay, the whole purchasal, that is cost price, is 50. Whole selling price, the total selling price is 60 rupees plus 10 rupees, which is 70. What is the difference here? 20 rupees more than CB. And if you check it properly, 20 rupees is how much percentage of this one? This 40%. 10% is 5. So 20% is 10. 25% is 30% is 15. 40% will be 40. Sorry, 40% will be 20. So what is the profit here? 40% profit. Simple question, kada? I hope everyone understood. Harsha, very good. Welcome to the chat box. You too. Okay, where am I? Okay, I'm down somewhere. Yep. Very good, Jeevana. Yes, very good, Abdullah. Single liner में वैसा ही करना है. Very good, very good, very good. Everyone. Okay, Yamni. The discount given should. Okay, this is for the previous question, students. Just give us a minute. The discount given should be compensated for by the profit made. Okay, the ratio of selling price to the discounted price should be the same as the ratio of the profit to the discount. Okay, at final mark price is 3 by 2 times the discounted price of 50% above the cost price. Discount given should be compensated for by the profit made. So just to throw some insight, what Yamini is trying to tell us is like there can be a new method also. So she's trying to give some light on that. So according to that part, so what she wants to establish is that there can be a relation between the discount and the selling price and the cost price and the mark price overall. Okay, overall. So according to that point, it's like, okay, selling price by the discounted price, which you don't know the exact value of, but discounted price should be equals to profit by discount. If I say this, now you know the selling price has something to do with the cost price because it is increment over the cost price, which is like 120% of the cost price. So according to that, it's like, okay, 120% of the cost price. Let us consider the cost price to be 100, so selling price will be 120. The discounted price is the 80% of the market price. We don't know the value of the 80 market price here. Okay, according to whatever we have, it would be how much? Wouldn't it be the same discount is what? Wouldn't it be the same? ఓకే. మేబీ యామిని ఇది సెషన్‌లో ఎండ్‌కి తీసుకుందాం ఒకసారి. సరేనా? సెషన్ లాస్ట్‌కి నాకు ఒకసారి గుర్తు చేయండి. మళ్ళీ అక్కడికి వద్దాం. మళ్ళీ ఎందుకంటే అక్కడే ఎక్కువ టైమ్ స్పెండ్ అయిపోతది. వి విల్ నాట్ బి ఏబుల్ టు సీ న్యూ క్వెషన్స్. చూద్దాం. అక్కడికి నాకు జస్ట్ రిమైండ్ మీ 10 మినిట్స్ బిఫోర్ వి క్లోజ్ ద సెషన్. విల్ స్టాప్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్ అండ్ విల్ గెట్ టు థాట్ క్వెషన్ అగైన్. రిమైండ్ మీ. యాహ్! ఓకే. So the next question is on your screen. We need to explore new questions, so that's why I want to move ahead. 19th question or whatever the question number is. 60% of goods are sold at 5% loss, while rest are sold at 10% profit. If there's a total profit of rupees 100, then the goods are worth. So then the goods worth is what? Okay. We don't know how many goods are there. Out of those, how many are goods? 60% number of goods are sold at a loss of 5%. And the remaining, which is 40% of the goods, are sold at 10% of profit. 10% of profit. Now, the total profit is saying overall there's a profit of rupees 100. Rupees 100, it's not percentage again, it is rupees 100. Then goods are worth what? You need the value of it. Yes, someone turn on the camera. Hey, cricket ఆడుకుంటూ మా క్లాస్ వింటున్నారా మీరు? What? Isn't that the same tree in the CMR ground? Oh man. Yamini goes to 10,000. Okay, very good. All right. CSV option C, very good. Okay. Take a minute and solve it. Now you have the data on the screen. You know how to interpret the data also. I think from the next question onwards, I'll not even interpret the data. I want you to do the interpretation also. I want you to concentrate on how should the data be taken, how should the data be calculated, how should the data be read from the question. I want you to take up that one also from the next question onwards. So I don't know how many goods are there. So obviously what we can do, we can say, okay, if there are 100 goods, out of these 100, there are 60 goods which are sold at 55% loss and there are 40 goods which are sold at 10% profit. Do we know how much is the like what? Do we know how much is it worth of each? We don't know how much is it each worth, but we are trying to find out the total 100 goods worth. Like whatever the goods are, we are trying to find out the value of 100 completely. Okay. Now, wow, Yamini, you made a pattern there. Very good, Yamini. I can see it. I can see it. How did you write that 1% in between? Wow, very good, Emma. Very good, very good. Percent equals to 100, so 100% equals to what? Into 100. Very good. So now you have the values as, okay, here you have it as minus 5%, here you have it as 10%. Wait. Okay. Yeah. By subtracting, we get 1% fine. So you have it as 3:2. The ratio is 3:2. So you're saying it is subtraction is 1%, and that 1% is equal to 100. So the 100% will be equal to 10,000. Okay, that's one way of doing it. But why did you subtract? I mean, any logical explanation? Why did you subtract? See, every time we do something like that, we have to give a reason. So that is what is logical reasoning and abstract reasoning part, right? So whatever the reasoning sessions that you're going to have, The ultimate aim is no one knows what's the right solution, or no one knows that this is the only solution. But whatever we do as a solution, we want to reason it in a proper way. So the ultimate aim is that. So what is the logical reasoning behind it, or what is the absolute reasoning behind it, or abstract reasoning behind it? Very good options. Okay, very good, Vishnu. I've also gone with option C. Okay, can I give that logical reasoning? Shall I go ahead and do something here? Okay, just look at the screens, everyone. I think enough time was given. Okay, let us understand one thing here. Okay, एक चीज समझते हैं. Whenever you are saying 60% of the goods, okay, or any percent of the goods are sold at this percent of loss, let us get back to the basic concept of anything. So that means there are a certain number of goods which are sold at loss. Now, if you want to find out the total price of it, you obviously need, okay, if you want to find out, let us say, if you want to find out total price, what is the basic calculation for finding a total price? You need price for each article into number of articles. So this is usually how a total price is calculated. Say yes or no, thumbs up or thumbs down. This is like the basic thing. If we want to find the total price, we want the price for each article into the number of articles. How many? Let's say the price for article is 5 rupees and the number of articles are 100. Then you will say, okay, the total price is 500. If it is 6, if it is 100, again it will be 600. Whatever the numbers are, it will vary according to the question or whatever. In the same way, if there are 60% of the goods, or in our case, there are 60 goods which are sold at a loss of 5%, which are sold at a loss of 5%. That means I can just calculate it in this way. I can say, okay, 60 into 0.5, which is 30. This is something I would keep it aside. I'll tell you why. And then there are 40% of the goods which are sold at 10% profit. Okay, that is 40 into 0. Okay, 40 is it? Yeah, 40 into 0.1. This is 3, right? 3. 40 into 0.1, which is 4. Now, what is this? Now, what are these values? According to whatever we have done it here, total price, that means like I'm trying to calculate, okay, if this was the case, if 60 goods are causing 5% of loss, that means what, all the 60 together put together, if at all the number of goods are 100. Now the case is here is assuming the number of goods are 100, assuming the number of goods are 100, then the total will give us a loss of 3. Here the total will give us a loss of 4. That, I mean, profit of 4. The difference between these two is how much? Is 1. But according to the question, this is not 1. This is equals to 100. You want to find out the total, what you want to find out the total cost of the goods. That is, you want to find out what is the value of 100 now. That means what? How much will that be? 10,000. That will be what? 10,000. Did you understand that one, students? Did you understand this part here? అర్థమైందా అందరికి? Did you understand that part? Thank you, Harshita, for your response. Did you understand that? Vishnu, అర్థమైందా? I don't know if this is the same thing that you had also done, but still, I just wanted to do it in, I just wanted to write it in this manner. So one thing from the next question onward, change చేద్దామంటే, you do the data interpretation part. Like, question ఇచ్చిన తర్వాత how the data should be perceived is also one task. So as soon as the question is given, you need not put your pen down and start solving every time. It is not what is expected from you. What is expected from you is to understand why the numbers are given in that way and what do those numbers correspond. Is there a way to understand, or is it the only way to understand? So this is what should go into your mind. So from the next question onwards, please do the data interpretation work also. Okay. All right. I'm moving on to the next question, everyone. I'll go on to the next question. Is that okay? Chalo, fine. The next question on your screens. A florist bought 360 roses at 10 per dozen. Fine. If he sold them at rupees 1.10 each, what is the profit percentage? Okay, profit percentage of SP approximately, please. Observe the question carefully and continue your solutions. Yeah, I'll not do the data interpretation, but you continue the solutions. What do we have? Do we have anything? If you have anything, what is that? I hope everyone is trying to solve it. If not the exact answer, but at least you're trying to solve it. Okay. Manoj, you there? You're solving it, Manoj? You were there day before yesterday? Inna, I did not see you in the chat box, but today are you here? Fine. So, okay, I don't know at what stage in the question you are, but I definitely feel you have crossed the stage of data interpretation. So I'll just write it on the screen. What is the data here? Okay, he bought 360 roses for rupees 10 per dozen. 10 per dozen. That means what? He has bought 12 roses for rupees 10. That means 360 roses. He would have bought for how much? This is into 30. This is into 30. He would have bought it for 300. This is the first data interpretation that you get. Okay, the total cost of 360 euros for him was 300 rupees. That is clear so far. Fine. He's telling that he sold each of that at 1.10 or 1.10. Each one is sold at 1.10. So the total selling price or the selling price will be equals to 360 into 1.10. Okay. If you want to calculate 1.10, you can straight away do that. Or if you are good at calculating with what do you say? Decimals, you can follow that. Or I can say it is 11 by 10. It's 11 by 10, obviously. So 360 into 11 is 396. 360 plus 36, 396. Okay. Now this is there. Now what do you want to find out? What do we want to find out? We want to find out the profit percentage of selling price, not the cost price. If it was, okay, let us do it in two different ways. Profit percentage on CP and profit percentage on SP, selling price. So here it is, profit by cost price into 100 will give you profit percentage. Here you'll have profit by selling price into 100 will give you selling price profit. So now to do it in both the ways, the first way, if you have to find out, okay, what is the profit? He bought it for how much? 300 rupees. How much did he sell it for? 396. What is the profit? 96 over the cost price. So 96 by 300 into 100. This will give you the profit over cost price. Now let us talk in terms of profit over selling price. How much did he sell it for? 396. What is the profit? Okay, 24% might be the right answer. Might be the right answer. What is the profit? Profit is 96 over this one. Now into 100. All right, this is the value. Now this is based on cost price. This is based on selling price. According to the question, what do you want to find out? You want to find out profit percentage of selling price approximately. He doesn't want an exact answer because he even knows that the exact answer will be somewhere in decimal, so he doesn't want it. So he wants an approximation. So check for the approximation. So if I do it, I'll be saying, okay, it is 6 into 16 by 6 into 66. So it will be 8 by 33 into 100. 8 by 33 into 100. 8 by 33 into 100. Still the percentage. Now, if you ask me, I'll say, okay, we have 1 by 33. I'll write it in this way, 1 by 33 into 8. If I look at it this way, 1 by 33 is 3%. 1 by 33 is 3%. Okay, 3% into 8, 24%. But it will not be that. It will be greater than that. Why will it be greater than that? Because here it is 3.33, right? 1 by 33 is what? 3.33. 3.33 percentage. 3.33 into 8. So it will be somewhere more than 24, but less than any other number. So it's much closer to 24 itself rather than going with option C 30, which is far ahead. I think we can go with the option B itself 24. We cannot go with 30. Tejasri, ఎవరు camera on చేసేది ఊకుకే? Yamini, that is what we had done కదా Yamini. ఇంతకుముందు క్వశ్చన్ లో ఇక్కడ మనం రిప్రజెంట్ చేసింది అదే కదా, ఇక్కడ ఒకసారి చూడండి. ఇది చూసారు మీరు చేసేటప్పుడు స్క్రీన్ పైన? I hope you're watching the screen now. Okay, I'll go to this. Yeah, Ramu. Okay, CP ఎంత వస్తుంది? 32. Very good. Very good. అందుకే ఆప్షన్ 32 ఇచ్చిరా ఇవ్వలేదా? Okay, fine. Did not give it in the options. But I hope this one is also clear with everyone. So if I calculate, this will be 16 by 50 into 100 to 32. Okay. So clear with this one. So data interpretation also clear. Data interpretation also clear. Very good. Yeah, that also you can apply, Ramu. When you do it on the cost price, usually the thing is profit on the cost price will be more than the profit on selling price, just because the value in the denominator. Okay, no, not in the denominator, not in that way, but if that is a basic concept, because always if you're trying to earn the profit, that means what cost price is will be less than the selling price. And when you're calculating anything which is less in the denominator, I mean, if the value in the denominator is less, the total value will always be greater. I mean, it will be more, it will increase. Okay, I mean, that's a understanding of mathematical calculations. It has nothing to do with this one, but yeah, still profit on cost price will always be greater than the profit on selling price. Sir, once again repeat, after finding the selling price as 396. Okay, B5. ఒకసారి observe చేయండి. Selling price you found as 396. ఇప్పుడు మనకి profit అనేది find చేయాలి. So there are two ways. Profit is usually calculated on cost price, but the question clearly asks you to find out the profit on selling price. So ఇప్పుడు మనకి profit కావాలి అంటే మీకు first of all cost price ఎంత తెలియాలి, CP తెలియాలి. So you found out the cost price as 300. How much is the profit here? B5. How much is the profit here? 300 ki 396 ki madhyalo. What will be the profit? I'll do it here. Okay, please observe. I'll do it here. Now I wanted to answer when I ask you something. Okay, so you found out the cost price is to be 300, and you found out that the selling price is to be 396. ఇప్పుడు profit ఎంత ఇక్కడ? Jeevna, 32% of what? 32% of the cost price of selling price. 2b5. Tell me, profit ఎంత ఈ రెండింటి మధ్యలో? Okay, first of all, did you understand how we calculate cost price? Cost price ఎలా calculate చేసామో అర్థమైందా? Yeah. Is that you 2b5, Ramna? Are you the same person? Yeah. So, okay. So ఇప్పుడు ప్రాఫిట్ ఎంత వచ్చేసి మనకి ప్రాఫిట్ 96 వచ్చింది అనుకో. ఇక్కడ లైక్ 96 వచ్చింది కదా. ఫైన్. సో ఈ ప్రాఫిట్ ని ఆన్ సెల్లింగ్ ప్రైస్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు క్యాలిక్యులేట్ ద పర్సెంటేజ్. అంటే 96 ఆన్ సెల్లింగ్ ప్రైస్ ఆన్ 396 యూ ఆర్ ట్రైయింగ్ టు ఫైండ్ అవుట్. ఓకే, 96 బై 396 అనేది పర్సెంటేజ్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు ఫైండ్ అవుట్. అప్రాక్సిమేట్ వాల్యూ కావాలి. ఒకవేళ నార్మల్ గా ప్రాఫిట్ పర్సెంటేజ్ కనుక్కోమంటే వాట్ యూ విల్ డూ, యూ విల్ సే 96 బై ద కాస్ట్ ప్రైస్. కాస్ట్ ప్రైస్ ఎంత 300 ఇట్లా కలుపుకుంటాం. కానీ ఇక్కడ ఇచ్చిన వాడు కాస్ట్ ప్రైస్ పైన కనుక్కోమని కాదు. హీ టోల్డ్ us to find it on the selling price. సో సెల్లింగ్ ప్రైస్ అంటే ఏంటి? 96. ప్రాఫిట్ బై 96 బై 396. మీకు ఈ ప్రాఫిట్ అనేది ఎట్లయినా కూడా ప్రాఫిట్ విల్ ఆల్వేస్ బి ఈక్వల్స్ టు ఎస్పీ మైనస్ సిపి. దట్ ఇస్ నాట్ చేంజ్. దట్ విల్ ఆల్వేస్ బి ద సేమ్. అండర్స్టూడ్ అన్న? ఆర్ ఇక్కడ ఓకే, ఐ రైట్ సమ్ నంబర్స్ హియర్. ఓకే, ఇది 1, ఇది 2, ఇది ఇది అంటే అదేలే 1 2. ఈ రెండిట్లో ఏదైనా క్వశ్చన్ ఉందా? 1.1 ఆర్ 0.2? క్లియర్? ఫైన్, థ్యాంక్ యూ రమణ ఫర్ దట్. ఓకే, సౌమ్య, ఐ థింక్ యూ ఆల్సో అండర్స్టూడ్ ద సేమ్ పార్ట్. సౌమ్య, అర్థమైందా మీకు కూడా? యప్. చలో, ద నెక్స్ట్ క్వశ్చన్ కేర్ఫుల్ గా అబ్జర్వ్ చేయండి. ఇస్ ఇట్ ఆన్ కాస్ట్ ప్రైస్ ఆర్ ఆన్ సెల్లింగ్ ప్రైస్? ఇప్పుడు అదొకటి అబ్జర్వ్ చేసుకోండి. నెక్స్ట్ క్వశ్చన్స్ ఆన్ యువర్ స్క్రీన్. What is the maximum percentage of discount that a merchant can offer on his marked price so that he ends up selling at no profit or no loss if he had initially marked up by 50%? Fine. That's one good question. Very good, Venkat. Very good, Venkat. That was quick. Very good. Very good, Vishnu. That was fast. Vishnu, you too. Keep it up, Vishnu. You've come a long way. We have all come a long way, right? From last week to this week. Very good. I'm not doing the data interpretation on screen just because like, I want you to do it. I want you to understand how the data should be taken. Very good, Krishnakant. That's how you do it. Very good, Kavya. Very good, Tejasvi. Fine. So shall I try to do something on screen now? Shall I solve it then? I hope you have all crossed the stage of checking the data once again. So let me do it on screen. So what is the maximum percentage of discount that a merchant can offer? He's asking. So first thing, merchant is offering on the MP. That's also clearly mentioned. So if I want to consider the marked price as some amount, I don't know what amount, but on this he wants to give a maximum discount. He wants to give a maximum discount. Usually after giving a discount, you will reach the selling price, which is greater than the cost price to make the profit. That is the usual case. But here he's saying that there is no profit or no loss. That means what? The selling price should be equal to the cost price. Obviously, right? And he's clearly giving you if he had initially marked up by 50%. That means, okay, let us say if the cost price is rupees 100, selling price should also be equals to 100 because there is no profit, no loss. Now the marked price is 50% above. 50% above. Above what? 50% above the cost price of cost price. 50% above of cost price. That means 100 plus 50% of 100. That is nothing but 150. Yep, that is nothing but 150. Now, marked price is 150. You have to sell it for 100. What is the discount that you have to give? That is the question. Now, Reddit mother difference and the 50. 50 is the difference. Now, 50 you need to find out as a percentage of 150. So the question changes as what percentage is 50 out of 150? That is the question now. How will you find that out? 50 by 150 into 50 by 150 into 100. 1 by 3 into 100, 33.33%. Very good. Very good. Very good, Tejasvi. Yamini, not on the cost price of the selling price kada Yamini. How will you calculate discount? Discount అనేది ఎప్పుడు కూడా దేని పైన క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేస్తాము? మార్క్ ప్రైస్ పైన కదా. ఇప్పుడు మార్కెట్ ప్రైస్ ఎంత? 150 కదా. సో 150 పైన కదా మనం డిస్కౌంట్ ని క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేయాల్సింది. నాట్ ఆన్ ద కాస్ట్ ప్రైస్ ఆఫ్ ద సెల్లింగ్ ప్రైస్ కదా. According to what you wrote, you will get the answer as 1 by 2, which is 50%. No, అదే చెప్తున్నా Yamini. If you take 50 by 100, why are you taking 50 by 100? అంటే you're trying to say, okay, you're trying to calculate it over cost price or selling price. But అది కాదు కదా మనం చేయాల్సింది. On what will you offer the discount? Will you offer the discount on the cost price of the selling price or will you offer the discount on market price? Yamini, tell me that. Discount అనేది దేనిపైన ఇస్తున్నాము ఇక్కడ? Read the question. Discount that a merchant can offer on his market price. Yamini, ఐ హోప్ యూఆర్ గెటింగ్ అ పాయింట్. సో ఇప్పుడు మార్కెట్ ప్రైస్ పైన ఇస్తున్నారు అంటే నీ మార్కెట్ ప్రైస్ ఎంత 150 కదా, ఈ 150 పైన కదా నువ్వు ఇవ్వాల్సిన డిస్కౌంట్. అంటే 150 పైన హౌ మచ్ ఇస్ ఇట్? సో యూ హ్యావ్ టు రెడ్యూస్ బై వాట్ యాక్చువల్గా మనం కన్సిడర్ చేసిన అజంప్షన్స్ లో వాట్ ఎవర్ ద వాల్యూస్ దట్ వి అజ్యూమ్, ఫ్రమ్ దట్ వాల్యూస్ యూ గెట్ టు నో దట్ ఓకే there should be a discount of 50 rupees. 50 rupees on what? Will you reduce 50 rupees on 100 or will you reduce 50 rupees on 150? Tell me that. 50 rupees on 150 కదా మార్క్డ్ ప్రైస్ పైన, అర్థమవుతుందా? యా, మార్క్డ్ ప్రైస్. సో 50 rupees on 150. Now this is your percentage 1/3, 33.33. I hope that is clear. Shall we go on to the next question? Yes? All right then. Yamini, if you have any question, please do drop it in the chat box. Yep, the next question is on your screen, everyone. A dishonest trader is selling his goods at 10% profit and also weighing 20% less. What is his net profit? What a good question. Solve it. Okay, Yamini, I'm looking at your message, Yamini. అప్పటి వరకు solve చేయండి. Yamini, are you against assumptions and all? అంటే అది అంత సింపుల్గా అయిపోయింది కదా క్వశ్చన్. ఈక్వేషన్ తీసుకుని అవన్నీ ఎక్స్ట్రా వర్క్, దట్స్ ఇట్. But yeah, still nice way of you to think out of the box and give new methods and new approaches. Very good, Yami. I appreciate that part of yours. Okay, a dishonest trader is selling his goods at 10% profit and also weighing 20% less. So there's a combination here. So carefully understand the data and then proceed with it. Very good, Vishnu. Vishnu, you have again come up with the answer faster than in the first 5 people. Very good, Vishnu. Very good. And I'm just waiting for others to answer too. Okay, so shall I proceed? This is a very similar question to that what we were solving in the simple and compound interest problems. Atlantic question ఇది కూడా. If you understood the concept over there, you will do it in an easier way here. How is it? So let us say there was he purchased some article for rupees okay, cost price let's say to be 100. If at all assume that the cost price was 100, the selling price should be 110. The cost price is 100 for what? The cost price is 100 for let's say 100 kgs of something. Wait. Okay, now he's selling that okay, this 110, it's not for 100 kgs but it is for 20% less, which is 80 kgs only. If you observe carefully, each kg should cost you 1 rupee, right? Each kg should cost you 1 rupee, but he's selling 80 kgs at 110, which is on an exceeded price. That means this 80 kg should have costed him only 80 rupees, not 100 also. It should only have been costed 80 rupees. So the cost price here for him is 80. Now the new cost price you should see, and the selling price is still 110. Now what is the profit is the question. What is the profit here? The profit is how much? 30. 30 over what? 30 over 80. 30 over 80, that is 3 by 8. You know that 1 by 8 is how much? 12.5. So 3 by 8 will be how much? 37.5. Do you have the option 37.5 anywhere? This is a net profit. No, but fine, if there is no option, it's fine, but that's the answer. Vishnu, you got exactly 36.5, Vishnu? Yeah, Tejasvi, I will. Approximation. Okay. Fine. So observe the screens, everyone. Please observe the screens. Now, let us say there was a cost price of 1 kg. Okay, cost price of 1 kg of sugar. 100 అనుకుందాం. Okay. Like if I say 1 kg, that means like I'm counting it in terms of grams. Okay, grams లో 1000 grams కి 1000 rupees అనుకోండి. 1000 grams కి 1000 rupees. Okay. Why sugar? Consider something else there. Let's say 1 kg of gold. 1000 grams of gold costs you 1000 rupees. అంటే ఇక్కడ 1 gram కి ఎంత పడుతున్నట్టు మీకు? How much is 1 gram costing you? 1 rupee. ఇది రూపీస్ అనుకోండి. ఓకే, ఇది 1 rupee. Now, according to the question, తను ఒక 10% profit కి అమ్ముతున్నాడు. The total 1 kg should be sold at 10% profit. Okay, a dishonest trader is selling his goods at 10% profit and also weighing 20% less. అంటే ఇది ఫస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ 10% ప్రాఫిట్ కి అమ్ముతున్నాడు అంటే తన అమౌంట్ ఎంత ఉండాలి? Now it should be 1100 rupees. తేజస్విని ఇక్కడ వరకు క్లియర్? తేజస్వి క్లియర్? పాయింట్స్ 1 and 2, లెట్స్ సే ఇది 0.2 అనుకుందాం, ఇది 0.1 అనుకుందాం. 0.1 and 2 రెండు క్లియరా? ఆర్ ఎనీ క్వశ్చన్? ఓకే ఫైన్, ఇక్కడ వరకు క్లియర్. కానీ ఈ 1100 ఏదైతే ఉందో ఇది 1000 గ్రామ్స్ అమ్మినాక వచ్చిన పైసలు కావు. It is not for 1000 grams, but it is for 20% less weight. That means it is for only 800 grams. It is for only 800 grams. Point number 3 clear, Tejasvi? Others also. Point number 3 clear, Suman, Tejasvi, Vishnu and all the others. Yeah, fine. Point number 3 clear. Now, actually, the 800 grams should have costed him how much? The cost price of 800 grams should be how much for him? 1 gram ki 1 rupee అనుకున్నాం కదా. So 800 grams కి ఎంత అయి ఉండాలి? 800 rupees అయి ఉండాలి. The cost price of the 800 grams amount will be 800 rupees only. But he's selling this 800 at 1100. Okay, he's selling this 800 at 1100. Now this is the cost price of 800 grams. This is the selling price of not 1 kg, but this is the selling price of 800 grams. Okay, now you are trying to find out the total profit percentage. So what is the profit here? How much is the profit? What is the profit amount? CSV? Cost price is 800, but selling price is 1100. What will be the profit then? 1100 minus 800. Now point number 4 is that profit is 1100 minus 800. That is 300. You have to find out the profit percentage kada. The percentage is always on the cost price. 300 by 800, that is 3 by 8, which is 37.5%. This is his profit. Is that okay with everyone? అర్థమైందా? Or if you still want to be very sure about it, అంటే ఇంకా ఏదైనా ఎక్స్ప్లెనేషన్ కావాలి లేకపోతే ఇంకా కన్ఫర్మేషన్ కావాలి అంటే you can do one more thing. You can say okay, 800 grams ni he is selling it for 1100 rupees. You can find out how much he sells the 1000 grams for. Okay, ఆ తర్వాత ఇది ఫైనల్ ప్రైస్ కి మళ్ళీ పర్సెంటేజ్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. Then you can find out what is the profit percentage. You can do that one also. I hope or I guess you will reach out almost on the same answer or an answer which is very approximate, very near value to it. Okay na? Clear అందరికి? Clear? Shall I go on to the next question again? Next question. Okay, here we have it on screens. The original price of banana in a store is 2 rupees. During a sale, store reduces the price by 25% and Joey buys the banana. Now this Joe or Joey, whatever you want to read it as, Joe then raises the prices of the banana or the price of the banana 10% from the price at which he bought it and sells it to Sam. How much does Sam pay for the banana? That's a pretty simple straight question. ఒకసారి క్లియర్గా అర్థం చేసుకోండి, ఈజీగా ఆన్సర్ వచ్చేస్తుంది. You don't even need pen and paper for that. Very good, Vishnu. Very good. Very good, Vishnu. Pen paper అవసరం లేదు. Don't use pen and paper for this one, please. Don't use pen and paper. No, not even noting down the question. Question కావాలంటే screenshot తీసుకోండి, కానీ don't use pen and paper to write down anything. I'll tell you. Listen something here. We'll get into the solution. So 2 rupees was cost of each banana, but during a sale 25% discount was there. What is 25% of 2 rupees? What is 25% of 2 rupees? 1/4 of 200 కదా. Let us say 2 rupees కదా, 200 అనుకోండి. ఇది క్లియర్గా ఉంటుంది ఇంకా మనకి. 200 అనుకుంటే what is 1/4 of this 25% ఎంత? 50. సో వాటికి ఎంత కాస్ట్ పడ్డట్టు? 150 రూపీస్కి కొన్నాడు బనానా. But he is selling this banana at a price, raising the price of the banana 10% from the price at which he bought it for. అంటే he bought it for 150. He raised the price by 10%. So if he raises the price by 10%, it is 165. Now, how much did the Sam pay for it? 165. That's it. Very good, Ramna. Very good, Kavya. Very good, Saim. Saim, हर क्वेश्चन को जवाब देना है. क्वेश्चन को स्किप नहीं करना. हर एक क्वेश्चन को जवाब होना. आंसर करो, टाइम लियो. कोई नहीं, हम एक ही स्लाइड पे 3-4 मिनट तक वेट कर रहे हैं. क्वेश्चन अगर सॉल्व हो गया तो आंसर देना ही चाहिए. ऐसा नहीं है कि आंसर बन गया पेपर में बंद कर देंगे, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. यू हैव टू गिव मी द रिस्पॉन्स इन द चैट बॉक्स. दैट इज द लीस्ट थिंग दैट यू कैन डू. यू डोंट वांट टू स्किप इट. अगर वो नहीं बोलोगे तो मेरे को पता नहीं चलेगा आप कर रहे हो कि नहीं कर रहे हो. ठीक है, fine. I guess this is a much simpler one, a very simple one than whatever we have solved so far today. This is the easiest one I can say. I'll go ahead to the next question. Vishnu, mostly yeah, mostly yes. After this one, question on the screen: a vintage bowling league or a vintage bowling league shirt that cost $20 in 1990 costs 15% less in 1970. Simple question. What is the price of the shirt in 1970? Come on, guys, don't use a pen and paper. Awesome, don't use pen and paper. Don't use pen and paper, please. You can just look at the screens, everyone. $20 minus $15. So I mean minus 15%. 20 minus 15%. What is 10% of 20? 2. What is 5%? 1. 2 plus 1, 3. 15% is 3. 20 minus 3, 17. Simple. These are like that small bit questions. Okay, next one. Sudhir sold a watch at profit of 20%. Had he bought it at 10% less and sold it at 30 rupees less, he would still have gained 20%. Find the cost price of the watch. Yeah, these are the questions that we should be looking ahead for. ఇలాంటి questions ఎక్కువ ఉంటాయి. I mean, also the previous questions that we saw, but these combination questions will be more. Sudhir sold a watch at profit of 20%. Had he bought for 10 rupees, 10% less and sold it at 30 rupees less, he would still have gained 20% of the cost price. Find the cost price of the watch. One thing you can do, straight away go with option verification. If you're unsure about what method should I take, what should I consider first, straight away go with option verification. There is no harm in doing it. And you observe the values of the options 250, 300, 400, 450. That means if you find out for 250, you will easily know should I do it for 300 or no. If you do it for 400, you will easily know you should do it for 450 or no. So please use all your senses and then try and do it. Okay. First, I'll also go with option verification. Firstly, I'll do with option A, 250 అనుకుందాం. Okay. So they sold a watch at 20% profit. 20% profit అంటే ఇది cost price కదా. So selling price would be how much? 300. Selling price is 300. Had he bought for 10% less, that means he had bought it for 225 rupees. And sold at 30 rupees less. Sold at 30 rupees less. So he sold at 30 rupees less. That is 270. He would still have gained 20%. So what is 20% of this? What is 20% of this article? 10% is 22.5. 20% will be how much? 45. So if you observe the difference, is it 45? Yes, it is 45. True. That's the reason you've gone with this one as the answer. Option verification works in such cases. Okay, option A, very good, Yamini, very good, Tejasvi, very good, whoever answered it earlier. Very good, Kavya, very good. You have also been active. Be active, Kavya, in the chat box. If you're solving it, just let us know that you're solving it. Look at Ahad. Ahad has been answering all day today. Very good, Ahad. Participate करना है, सबको participate करना है. ऐसा नहीं है कि खामोश बैठोगे. No one is sitting quiet in this session. Maximum, as many people, I mean, you should answer, like, as many people as you can, everyone should answer. Okay, option verification works. Okay, let us see if not with option verification, what else can I do? What else can we do? So if you consider, okay, you can do it in two different ways. Cost, I mean, top to bottom or bottom to top. Top to bottom is considering the selling price of something and coming down, or bottom to top is considering the cost price of something and going from cost price to the selling price. So if I say the cost price is equals to 100, then selling price is how much? 120, because the profit is 20%. Now he's saying, had I bought it for 10% less, that is 90, and had I sold it for 30 rupees less, that is 30. If I say if it is 90, then I'm having no profit, no loss. So I cannot consider it in this way. Okay, let us say okay, I think this wouldn't work. No, this case it wouldn't work. Option verification is the best way to solve it. Yeah, there can be different methods also, but this is the best approach to solve it. You can go with the simplest approach. We don't need to always go with the complicated approaches. Simple approaches are also fine. This you cannot do it because I can do this one when there are only percentages included. If there are only percentages included, we can definitely do it. But there's a number, there's an absolute value included. When there's an absolute value included, this kind of solution will never work. I mean, not will never work, but in this case, it will not work. Okay, option verification is the best way to solve it. Okay, I guess how many questions are left for us? There are 4 more questions to solve. What we can do is that now we can stop it. These 4 questions, I want you to take screenshots. Please take screenshot of these questions. Andaru, after you're done taking screenshot, just let me know. 27, 28, 29, and 30. Done? Okay, these are the 4 questions that I want you all to solve after today. Done? Okay, these are the 4 questions that I want you all to solve after today, like whenever you have time. Before tomorrow, okay? Before tomorrow session. Because session, you're going to